Hi everyone. Doesn't it go around really quick? Is it Friday once again? Hi, if you've just joined. Of course you've just joined me. I've just started the stream. 105 straight in. Great stuff. Okay, let's say hi to everybody. Hi to Martin Ryder, the Archduke of Pattaya himself. I love the stuff you come out with, Martin. Let's say hi to Ryan Seeger. Evening all. Geezers, you're going to, you've got 24 hours. Let me put that up there. So evening, Peter, and all to the crew of TB North London in the house. And the big wait is over. 24 hours to depart from London to Bangkok. A lot of guys going there now, isn't it? You know, it was people were holding back. They didn't want to do the Thailand pass. I mean, I'm glad to say it's just about back to normal now. It's the COVID thing is going to be a thing of the past soon. The weather's back to normal in the UK, so I guess things are pretty much getting back to normal. The only thing we're sort of worried about now is this cost of living thing that's going on, the fuel and everything. But I don't really want to get into that. I'll try and have some fun tonight. I don't want to get depressed. Hi to Shinria. Who's that now? Oh, Hotter Jim, is it? How do you say that? Oh, can't say it. Finally, it's that time of the week. Looking forward to the stream. Yeah, thank you for that. Got to just say thank you quickly to Gary Hughes for a super chat straight in there. Long live Manga Minute. Got a good Manga Minute for you tonight because we had complaints last week again. So I've tried to make it even better this week. Thank you, Gary, for that. I do appreciate that. Get some beers later on with that. Right, who else? Right, Capo 17. Right, I just want to ask you a question. I'm not sure if this is like Capo as the Capo I know. So, you know, if it's you, I came into your stream, you were talking about you know who. I left a few comments. I was half cut, and I spoke to you through Brian and vice versa. And I haven't seen that logo in here for a few weeks now, so I don't know this Capo 17. Is that you, or is this a different Capo now? If you let me know, it'd be good to know. Thanks. Brian Street, thank you, Brian, mate. Another super chat there, straight in. Very generous, Brian. I sent you something today, Brian, on Facebook. I didn't realize you requested a what do they call it, a friend, whatever, and I sent you a nice little video. I wish I could have shown it on here, but it's a little bit too raunchy for YouTube. So who we got? Let's just say hi to did I say hi to Shinria? Danish Bacon, how you doing? Bobby Weber, hey Peter, enjoy the vlogs. Vietnam on Tuesday on 30-day e-visa, 3 days. Yeah, did you see the thing I put up at the beginning? They've introduced this new 10-year visa thing now, but it's not really for guys like me. I mean, you need sort of millions in the bank sort of thing, you know. But the reason I put that up there, because there's a lot of information. I couldn't put it on a stream, but you can actually go onto the Thai Embassy website, and it's got all the conditions, what you need to meet to get that 10-year. But I can tell you, most guys who are coming here, I doubt very much they'll qualify for that. I certainly don't. Hi to Donald Trump. How you doing, sir? Howdy, Captain Peter, local president in the house. Hey, then. Hey, Peter, and all the envious good wishes talking boom bomber to type. Hey, Peter, and all the envious good wishes to all taking the boom bomber to Thailand. Okay, yeah, got it. Right, Thailand fan. What Paul Shackleton. Hello, handsome. Sadly, it looks like my Manga virginity will have to stay safe for a while. I will get to Thailand one day. So nothing planned at the moment then, Paul. Okay, so you can get into it here. Leeds, how are you? I was watching Ed's stream last night. He had that American, the NASA guy on there. Forget that his name. But one thing I did notice that he was saying at one point, oh, I'm an hour behind this chat. And I'd left a few comments on. And by the time he read them out, I thought, well, he's not going to read them. And I was nearly going to bed. And then he started reading them out. So, yeah, you can get quite behind in them, can't you? So I'm going to have to jump ahead, like I said, most weeks. Right, so yeah, hi Capo 17. Is it you or is it another Capo? Right, Lester Paul, how are you doing? John Miles, hello Peter and all, happy, thank God it's Friday. Still quite warm, isn't it? I've been running around, so I don't know if it's just because I've been running around. I've got a fan going here. No more wife-beating shirts, thank God. Javier, how you doing? Hi Peter and everyone else in the live stream. Your vlog about walking street was wicked. Do you know, I've got a few videos like that, and it was like, I was going through some of the videos, and you know, I started 3 years ago, this channel, so you put a lot of effort into it, and I made some nice videos, and I went back to look at that that recent one I did with a walking street one, and I went back to look at it. I thought that was a good little video, actually. I did all, you know, I did all the corny, the text at the bottom. I had to cut some of them out because YouTube's got more expensive now, more strict now. So some of the captions I put in, I had to kind of like cover up because they're a little bit too much now. But I looked at it and I thought, you know, it's a damn good video, that. And it only had, in 3 years, it had 2,000 viewings. That's all it had. I put it up again this week with a little card saying that I did this 3 years ago. I only had 100 subscribers. It's had 10,000 viewings in a week. So yeah, it was worth doing. Right, Marky Mark, Peter, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. Hopefully when I grow up. We can hook up in Bangkok the second week in November. I'll ping you close to the time. Happy Labor Day. Yeah, that'll be good, Mark. I'm only in Bangkok for 4 nights. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. I'm only in Bangkok for 4 nights, and then I'm heading down to Pattaya for 6 nights, and then I don't know when. I'm now staying for 10 weeks now, 9.5, 10 weeks. I might even extend that and stay till January. Maybe I'll extend it forever and not come back. I've got to come back. I had another 2 viewings on my house last week, and still just tire kickers, just total time wasters. I hate it because I have to. It's a 4-bedroom house. My wife and daughter are working, so somebody's coming around for a viewing. So I spend 2 hours cleaning it, polishing all the taps, the shelves, the glass screens in the shower. Then I vacuum the whole house. Everything that's laying about, I put in bags and put in cupboards, hide it. So when they come, it's kind of like immaculate, and then they make all the right noises, and then, nothing happens, and you do it all again next week. They wanted to show somebody tomorrow, and I just said, no, I just can't be bothered this week. All right, let's have a look. Who else haven't we said hello to? Corporate Mahan, how are you? Is that Duffler? Thumbs up, chaps. Yeah. Gary Russell, hi Peter. Have a good one from the UK. Yeah, hi Gary. David Halpin, good evening, Peter. How are things with you tonight? Hope you had a good week. Yeah, it was okay. Gary, right, I'll put that up because I don't know, I can't pronounce that. But yeah, I don't use Thai music anymore because of all the issues people have been having, like Brian Flowers when they took down his site. Right, so tonight, now we've got over 200. I'll carry on saying hello to everybody for a little while longer, but what have we got tonight? We've got Joke of the Week, we've got the Manga Minute, we've got the competition Spot the Thai Girl, we've got Spot the Ladyboy, and guests. Okay, so there's no live stream this Sunday because I'm going off filming on location, as they say on TV. No, there's something's happening, and I'm not going to tell you what it is because I'm going on the Sunday. I don't want somebody to nip down there tomorrow and then get it all done, and I'll just give it all away. So I'm actually traveling to another part of the country on Sunday to do some filming for the channel, and I won't get back till about 9-10 o'clock at night. I'm going down to see one of the viewers has invited me down, Bob Jeer, and I'm going to be doing some stuff with him, and hopefully get a nice video up. So I won't be here Sunday, but the following Sunday, I've got Sheila. Remember we were talking about Sheila, the semi-farang? She was all masked up because she's in a real good job, and she doesn't want to. Not that her colleagues are probably seeing it. Thank you, Mortimer Duke. That's very kind of you for the location fund. Lovely. So I had a little bit of a rehearsal with Sheila on what we today, Friday. I think it was Wednesday. So we had a chat for over an hour. Actually, she's a nice girl, but she put a mask on. She had a hoodie on, dimmed the lights, so she wasn't a silhouette. You can see her. She's got this real strong Glaswegian accent. Oh, it's really weird. So she'll be on with me. Obviously not this Sunday, but next Sunday because she's going to a wedding on Sunday. Then the following Sunday after that, I've got Rob. I can't pronounce his last. He's always in every week. I don't think he's here at the moment. He's a London cabbie, and he went to Thailand. He's recently just come back from Pattaya. He'd never been before. Watched all the streams. So I just think it'd be interesting to get him on and say, look, for 2 years you were watching YouTube streams, and how did you find it? What was the, what surprised you? What didn't you like? Just, get him on for half an hour or so. So we've got Sheila next week. We've got Rob after that, and then we'll see if we can get some more people on. One at a time. Right, Ed Sweeney's 20-stone wife. You look pretty nice, Peter. Oh, thank you. You don't. Right. All right. Let's carry on now. Ben Lino, how you doing? And apologies once again, guys, if I miss you because I'm trying to catch up. Boohoo, how are you? Good to have you in. Cole, we're our JBP. Mr. Peter, you have your favorite shirt on tonight. Are you trying to seduce me? Do you know what? These are cheap as chips. I'm not a shopper, right? I get these. Can you see that logo? Oh, it's here, isn't it? I get these polos. They're real nice, actually. They're about 10, I think it's just £12, maybe 15. But I get them from Tesco's because they got the size. The thing is, they're really long, though. If I stood up, it comes down to my knees almost. But they're all right. They're thin and they're smart. And they're, I like to dress like this. I don't like to wear, wife-beating T-shirts. I've got a pair of shorts on at the moment. I should have put that towel down over there because I'm going to get a sticky bum now. Can I reach it? No, I can't. I'm going to have to put up with a sticky bum later. Never mind. Let me put something on so I can grab that towel. Let me put Apple's card up just for a minute and I'll grab it. Hang on. So if you need a taxi, that's Apple. That's her line ID. Hang on. Oh. Right. Okay. Oh, that's it. Because I've got these nylon sort of beach shorts on, palm trees. Well, these ones haven't got palm trees on them. But the problem is, because I'm on a kind of leatherette chair, it gets real sticky real quick. Right, that's better. Let's carry on. Sorry about that. Okay, where are we? Ben Dover, did I say hi to you? Guideline 7, hi. The Wutong Life. You've got a lot of white people as your subscribers. This is getting a bit racial here. Let's see. Dare I put this up? Let me read it. You got a lot of white people as your subscribers. I must be one of the very few. No, Wutong Life. We've got plenty of guys of color. Later on, you'll probably see Black Bolt. It's all in the name, Black Bolt. We've got geezers down in North London. He's not exactly white, So no, none of that. There's no sort of one. Everyone's welcome. That sounded a bit corny, doesn't it? But I do kind of mean it. Right, Johan Polson, just back from Thailand. My 12th trip there. Okay, that's good, Johan. So you got your stripes now. Did I say hi to you, Barry from EastEnders? Carl D. Yeah. Oh, Danish Bacon. How did the private consultation go? It went very well. It was well, I won't tell you who it was, but he was a viewer that comes in here, and he booked for an hour, and he's actually retired. And he wants to go and live in Hua Hin. He had a lot of questions about rental, whether he should Airbnb, whether he should rental vehicles, how to get about and all that. I spent an hour with him. It wasn't a lot of money. He seemed to go away with it. I've got another guy booked in for 2 hours. I don't know what we'll get. I think 2 hours is quite long, actually. But yeah, it went very well. Thank you for asking. The rookie cameraman. I had a lovely time in Istanbul in Nana. Well, I got one of the stories from then. Is it next week? What I'm trying to do now, because these stories that I release on a Saturday morning. When I go to Thailand, only 4 weeks. I'm in Thailand. 4 weeks. Can you believe it? Yeah, you've been here listening to that, weren't you? Angels Cabal, thank you, mate. Thank you very much. Okay, so I wasn't going to mention it was you because it's privacy and all that, but you've mentioned it. So yeah, Angels Cabal, thanks for the great consultation. I would highly recommend it if you want any detailed info on going to Thailand to book a consultation with Peter. Thanks, Angels Cabal. I think most of the guys in here are probably not rookies and they know the score. But if there is anybody in here and you want a one-on-one with it, it's not expensive. There's a guy doing it in Pattaya. I think he's charging like $250 for an hour. That is expensive in my book anyway. Right, I think I'm £45, something like that. Right, missed last week's live. Was up in Shropshire at a wedding. Couldn't miss 2 in a row. Thanks, Nick. Liz Truss. Wouldn't it be great if that was a real Liz Truss? How is $165 not a lot of money? How is I don't know. Am I missing something here? Who said it wasn't a lot of money? Right, Stuart Marston. Evening, Peter. This evening from Sunkissed Evening in Kos. Okay, yeah, brilliant. Lester Paul, get some life beta vest done with Thailand bound logo. Yeah, I'm thinking about that. When I live out there, I should get a little bit of branded, not to make money, just to give friends and maybe send to people who, if somebody does a consultation, maybe send them a t-shirt. What I think would be really nice, instead of having something like cheap and corny, like it won't be a long one tonight that nobody understands if they haven't watched this, or I'm a manga or something. I thought I think what I'll try and do is when I live there, I'll get some nice subtle t-shirts, like maybe just a white t-shirt with see the logo here, there, just that there, sort of there, where this one is. Just so that'll be subtle, won't it? Nice. And I can kind of I don't really want to sell them. I'm not going to get rich from selling t-shirts, but maybe give them away, to people like members, maybe give one to the members, or I don't know. I have to have a think about it, but I'm not going to be brash and, I like to be subtle, but let it be subtle. Right. Let's have a look. Who else? Matthew Cartwright. Good to see you in. David, how are you, mate? Evening, Peter and all. I am on for about an hour as I have to be up for, because you're driving a lorry, aren't you? 2:45 to leave at 3:45. Driving my bus from Purple Parking. Yeah, sorry, not lorry bracket. At Gatwick to take them to holidays and bring them back. Well, you can listen to it on the rerun, can't you? Put it on your phone. That's what I do when I'm out in the morning. I listen and think. I always listen to the last hour because I'm afraid I messed up, because I have a few drinks and I think, oh shit, what did I say? Okay, thank you, Martin. I love you too. Welsh 32 says 9 weeks time I'll be in Pattaya. How long until I'm in Pattaya? Because I've got some time in Bangkok. About 5 weeks I'll be in Pattaya. Till it hurts. How you doing? Evening. Nice to see you. Did I say hi to you, Clive? Who else have we got there? Johan Paulson, why go to Greece when it's the same price to go to Thailand? Exactly. Anders Bergman, hi everybody. Gemini Star, I think I said hi to you, didn't I? Okay. Paul Hoskin, how are you doing? Right, let's have a look. Wayne, is it Wayne Ellis is Pattaya dreaming? Off to Pattaya Monday. Heard Farangs are light on the ground. Don't worry, fellas. I'll try and hold the fort for you. There's a lot of people there at the moment, apparently. You hear all these different stories. You watch one YouTube channel, they'll say it's a sausage fest. You watch another YouTube channel, and they say there's no guys here. So you got the run of the, run of the mill, as it were. I think it's doing okay. I think it's all getting back to normal now. It was it was dreadful in December when I was there, but I've done it now, haven't I? Neil Staton, hello, Peter. Me and my mate flying out next Saturday from Birmingham, going to Hua Hin for 4 days, meet up with that mad Aussie Johnny. Never met Johnny. Then go to Pattaya 15 days. Can't wait. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know you could fly from Birmingham. Is that a direct flight, Birmingham to Bangkok? Because for me to get to Heathrow, it's about an hour and 20 minutes. It's M25, M1. It can get very congested. But the Birmingham, it's about an hour. It's straight down the A14. And I say on the A14, actually, because it merges into the M6 and then come off at Birmingham. It takes me literally an hour. All right. STE Biblo. Yeah, that will work, Peter. Okay. Paul Scarth, has it got to have the slogan, I'm only here for the tempos on the T-shirt? Yeah, nice one. I think with the T-shirts, because I'm not going to sell T-shirts. I'm not a T-shirt seller. I'm not in it for merchandise. I don't want to have like 6 different T-shirts with all these different slogans. I think, like I say, I'll have one tasteful T-shirt that people won't feel ashamed to wear when they go into a decent pub or something, and just the logo, something like that. And I'm not even going to sell them. I think I'll give them away. I'll actually give them away to, like I say, I think maybe everybody who sends in a story, I'll send them a T-shirt, or members will definitely get one. So, because you can get them made cheap in Thailand. They're probably a couple of $100 baht to make one. What's that, £5? And then to have it, if you go to the same guy and he has to put one small logo on there, I probably the super chats will probably pay for it. I don't have to, I don't really want to sell them. I'd rather give them away. Okay. Marky Mark says it won't be a long one. Would sell out with the Asian guys. Yeah, absolutely. I'm still waiting to see Capo 17. Now, are you the original Capo? I still want to find that out. Let me go right down to the bottom here. Hi to Philip Bendol, is it? Good morning from a cold Auckland, New Zealand. Yeah, still a bit warm here, actually. Do love KLM from Birmingham to Amsterdam. Oh, okay, so that wouldn't work for me because me, guys, I don't like this, the swap over bit after an hour. I like to just get on the plane, get off in Bangkok. Neil Stanton says, no, Peter, one stop Dubai, 2 hours. Okay, so Birmingham won't work for me, basically. Daniel Mills, no direct flights from Birmingham. Unfortunately, I only live 20 minutes away. Always fly from Birmingham. Okay, so I normally go from Terminal 2 Heathrow. Either with Cathay Pacific, not Cathay Pacific. They're Hong Kong, aren't they? Eva Air or Thai Airways. I've just paid £350 more on top of my ticket. I keep saying I bought the ticket for £704. I was due to come back after nearly a month, and I'm sorry, I want to stay out there. They were going to charge me nearly $500 to change it from here, but I've done it in Bangkok with Thai Airways, and they've just sent me the itinerary, but they haven't billed me yet. It's and the £350, that's not a kind of charge. That's just because the tickets are more expensive in December when I come back. It's about the 15th of December, something like that. Yeah, Rob, how you doing? I was just, you've obviously just in. Good to speak to you last night. Was it last night we spoke? My memory's terrible. So Rob, who's on screen now, Rob's a London cabbie. I had a nice chat with him. We did a rehearsal. So Rob will be here next week. Sheila, the week after that is Rob. Everything worked. So yeah, we should be good to have you in, Rob. It might be interesting for you. Right, let's just, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. If I have, as I always say, apologies. Chris, I missed you. Chris J. Stone. Only 4. We'll all do you know what? We'll all be there at the same time, won't we? Everybody's saying 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, counting down now. We'll all be there. I'll be doing a live stream and everybody's sitting around me, no camera needed. Right. There isn't much news going on in the time, but there's a good warning for you here. I'm just wondering whether I should, how many we got in? Because I want as many people as possible to hear this bit of news. 300. Let me leave it another, because there's something quite important here that you need to take. If you're going out to Pattaya to play Connect 4, you know what I mean? Something you need to know, something I read today, 2 articles that are really important that you should take heed of. I'll wait till there's a few more in the stream. But there isn't much news out there. All the news is now that COVID's finished, just about. All the news is like the flooding. It's just flooding. Phuket Airport's been flooded. You know why Bangkok floods, don't you? Because it used to be like the Venice of Asia. There were canals, klongs. You know, they were everywhere, all of Bangkok, and they filled them in so they could build on them. Of course, the water's got nowhere to go. I'm just thinking as well, when I go out to Bangkok this time, I'm going to meet up with Bangkok Pat. I don't know if you know Bangkok Pat. He does some very good videos. And when I came across him, I've said this a few times, when I came across Bangkok Pat's channel, he only had, I think it was 1,700 subscribers. And at the time, I had about 20,000. I just looking who's out there. And I come across this bloke called Bangkok Pat. And I thought, oh, who's he? And I started watching a couple of videos. I thought, you know what? These are damn good videos. Why has he only got 1,200, 1,700 subscribers? So I heavily promoted him on this channel. You know, I kept mentioning, go and look at Bangkok Pat. Now I think he's up to about 21,000 subscribers. So I'm glad about that. Now I did an interview with Bangkok Pat. I met him in Soy Cowboy in the day. He did one with me. But like I said to you before, like, because his channel's very straight laced. There's no mongering. There's no talk about bar girls, nothing like that. It's just, you know, he does brilliant videos. I'm not criticizing him. But, you know, the kind of people that some of the people that watch his channel are a little bit straight laced. And of course, when they've come to my channel for, oh, this guy talks about girls, and they've gone off disgusted, you know. And of course, when I went on to Bangkok Pat's channel and he interviewed me, people were leaving comments on Pat's channel. How can you interview this guy? He's a monger, you know, he's a filthy swine, you know. And people were actually saying to Pat, oh, I'm going to unsubscribe from you. This guy is filth. But, you know, we laughed about it. Pat he disabled the comments. And actually what we're going to do when I go out there, I'm actually going to be making a straight-laced video with Pat. We've already arranged it. So that'll create fireworks on his channel. It'll be okay on here because the people who watch my channel, they got, you know, they also probably, a lot of you watch Bangkok Pat. You won't have an issue with me and him doing something together, but me and Pat making a video together, when it goes on his channel, I'll be like, oh my God, you know, the world's about to end. You brought Peter the Monger on here. But I'm looking forward to that. Right, Matthew Cartwright. I never thought 17 years after my first bit of mongering, I would be a member of the community of mongers on YouTube. I don't know where I got this name for being a monger, because I'm actually, I've got a terrible name, and I'm a married man for a while longer. Okay, Donald Trump. Thailand bound pants would be good sellers. Yeah, but the thing is, nobody get to see them, would they? Nick T. A mate is in Pattaya. He's paying 1,000 LT with 400 baht fine. I thought surely she'll be a dog, but no. He sent me. Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful what you say on this channel. But let me address what you're saying, because I spoke to somebody about this. Now, if you know, it's really expensive in Bangkok. But if you go, I've heard this from a few people down Pattaya. If you go into a bar and you want to pay a bar fine to take a girl out to go and play Connect 4 with her alone and have a drink with her, you know what I mean? So you go in, you pay the bar fine, and you take that girl out maybe for 3 hours, short time to play Connect 4, right? The going rate at the moment is 300 baht for the bar fine and 1,000 baht. That's what I've been told by several people. That is really a good rate, a really good rate. Because in Bangkok, you know, even to play Connect 4 with the girls in Bangkok, you're talking 2,000 baht. You know, it's a big difference. Lester Paul, T-shirt good when we send the photos whenever we're in. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do for you. I was going to do this later. Hang on, Mr. Superstar, off to Singapore F1 at the end of the month. Peter then Bangkok, also checking out Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam for a week. Although I've heard good things about Vietnam. It's incredible. If you go onto YouTube and put Ho Chi Minh City, like any city in Vietnam, you've almost got I know it's not this, but you think of Vietnam, you almost think of like you know, Full Metal Jacket and them sort of films, you know, where they're running around with the hats. And you know, I tell you what I watched the other night, and it was real good actually to watch it again. Good Morning Vietnam. I don't particularly like him as an actor. I forget, Robbie Williams. He's not my favorite actor, but it's a good movie, and I watched that again. But the scenes where he's, oh look, who's that beautiful girl in the white dress? There she is again. You know, fantastic movie. And I watched that the other night, and people who've never been to Vietnam, they tend to think that's how it is. But of course it's not. This is the 21st century. And if you go onto YouTube videos, you'll see, I mean, it's like, you know, Bangkok, you know, an American city. It's just all there. Yeah, David Barnett, Thai Airways from Heathrow. Yeah, and that'll be Terminal 2. Right, okay, we've got over 300 in now. Let me just read you out a couple. There isn't much news, as I said, but there's a couple of important bits. Now, if you're one of those guys who's heading down to Pattaya, right, and you're going to take a girl out and play Connect 4 with her, okay, like you do, this is really, really important. I'm going to read this out, and I got this from this is not an opinion from me. This is a genuine two genuine news articles that I pulled today, okay? So the title of the first one is, that's a super chat. Let me say hi to that, then we'll come back to that. I'm almost saying it like, oh, that's a bad thing, but it's a good thing, of course. Let me just say hi. Jeff, thank you, mate. Something towards the beverage fund. Thanks, Jeff. You're a star. Appreciate it. I really do. Right, now let me read these out to you, and you listen to this as well, Jeff, all right? Warning, blue light. Okay, the title of this is Syphilis Rates in Thailand Going Through the Roof. I don't know if that's a spelling mistake. Bangkok, no, it's not a spelling mistake. Bangkok's STI Center, which is under the Disease Control Department, recently warned on its Facebook page that the number of syphilis cases had been rising at a worrying rate. It has skyrocketed. One doctor said in the first and second phases of syphilis, symptoms could disappear without any treatment, but the symptoms become serious when the disease reaches its third phase. Doctors often report that patients who have contracted syphilis also tested positive for HIV. Okay, so that's the first bit of information that you know when you wheels touch down. That's in your mind. You know this article now, right? Now the second article is even scarier, right? The title of this one is Pattaya Girls Using Fake Certificates Saying They're HIV-Free. Now again, no opinions. I'm just reading out a story I got from a reliable source on the internet today. Okay. Hordes of men have flocked to the resort with the promise of beautiful women, cheap luxury property, warm weather and cold beer on tap. But girls in Sin City have been accused of using fake certificates saying they're HIV-free in a country where rates of infection are among some of the highest in the world. Some prostitutes even post pictures of their HIV-free certificates on websites where they advertise their services. Someone advertising they are HIV-free suggest they are very open to having unprotected sex with clients, which is very dangerous. Okay, so I'm not here to preach, guys. I'm just giving you some information. We're here for fun tonight. But you know, at the end of the day, guys, you go over there, have your fun, whatever. But you know, you've only got one life. Protect yourself, guys. Really, it's rife. It's rife. And I've never believed all these certificates, you know, because and it's a thing with the age as well. You know, like I've said about, you know. Again, I've got to be careful, but you know, when you're talking about age, people say, "Oh, you should always ask for her ID." Then she can't pull the wool over your eyes. But they can, because you know it's Thailand. If they want to get a fake ID, they can get a fake ID to show you that will satisfy you. It might not satisfy passport control when they show their ID, but it will certainly satisfy you. And the other thing they can do, you know, a lot of those bar girls, they look very, very similar, don't they? Their pictures are always a bit old and blurred. You know, if she thinks, you know, you're going to turn her down for whatever reason, age-wise, she can come up with an ID. So that argument about look at her ID and she'll be fine, it doesn't really hold water, guys. And just, you know, when you go over there, have fun, but take care of yourselves. You know, I mean, you've only got, you know, I'll leave it at that. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, it was. Watch this and chill. Full Metal Jacket was filmed in the UK. Yeah, I believe it was filmed in London in an old warehouse area. You're right. I've read that before. Yeah, Gemini Star says Bangkok Pat makes quality videos. I wonder if Bangkok Pat ever talks about me on his channel. I don't think so. I'll have to phone him tomorrow and have him about that. Right, Marky Moore, you know the code. Connect 4. Is that where you bar find 4 girls at the same time? Kind of, Mark, kind of. But Connect 4 is the code word, put it that way. Right, boohoo, let's go, Brandon. Andrew Hammond, how you doing, Andrew? Yeah, how do you play Connect 4? You pay 300 baht and away you go. Nice video you sent in to me today, Andrew, of the stag, as it were, the stag. Andrew works in a hotel on the south coast of the UK near Bournemouth, but it's a very, very rural, very nice, famous hotel, very nice area. And he was sitting there drinking a beer, and there was a stag, a stag sitting there. He wasn't talking to him. There was a stag there munching its grass. Right. Javier Lopez, what about a cool T-shirt with the cartoon characters, Nat and Dave? They'll say like hot take. Yeah, I thought about that, Javier, but the problem is, what will happen then is when people see me wearing it, they'll be like, oh, I love that. When's the next one? And of course, there isn't going to be any more because I've lost Simon, won't do them. He just doesn't like to do them because they're a lot of work and he doesn't want to do them. He just doesn't want to. And yeah, I agree. If it was an ongoing series, I'd really push it, but there's no way I can get anyone else to do it. Like I've said to you before, you can't farm it out to Fiverr and get somebody in the Philippines to do it because they won't know the mindset of the Thai bar girl. Simon had the girl to do the talk over with Nat. He knows the mentality, and it all fitted into place. It was brilliant. But as soon as he pulled out, then that's it. Right. Thailand found. You were in Ed's stream last night, and he read your name out. He says not to be confused with somebody else. I think I know who he meant there, Paul. Peter, where did you watch Good Morning Vietnam? Can't find it anywhere, and it was filmed in Thailand. I've got a couple of movie apps, Paul. What it is, some of the movies work, most work, some don't. I watched the new Elvis movie on there. I'll tell you how to do it. It's an app called Streamio. Okay, it's a very good free movie app. You can get it on your phone. You can get it on your Amazon stick. You just need to go when you got time. Don't do it now because you need to think about it. Right, tomorrow afternoon or something when you got time. Just go onto YouTube. How do I install Streamio onto my Amazon stick or PC or whatever it is? And it's brilliant. And it's got a search in there. And I was just going through it and I seen Good Morning Vietnam. And sometimes I like to watch older movies. I find a lot of the older movies. I think I've mentioned before, movies like Saturday Morning, Sunday Morning with Albert Finney, 60s movie, black and white, fantastic. Really good stories. None of your corny bullshit like you get now. And I like to watch quite a lot of older movies. And that Good Morning Vietnam, absolutely brilliant, like Full Metal Jacket. I'd rather watch something like Full Metal Jacket 3 times than watch some crappy movie once. There's a lot of good movies around. And if you've already watched it and it was a few years ago, you enjoyed it, you're going to enjoy it a second time round. Right, Mara says, HIV test takes 15 minutes to show if or not auto test VIH. Okay, well, thanks for the info. I'm not going to read all that out. Geezers. Full Metal Jacket was shot in East London, Beckton. Now it's the city airport, and I could hear the noise of bombs going off while working in Plaistow in the 80s. Oh, okay, Geezers. Yeah, thanks for that. I've driven past London City Airport many, many times. Okay. Okay, Martin Ryder says, best quote from GMVN, it's going to be hot and wet. That's nice if you're a lady, but it ain't no good if you're in the jungle. Absolutely. Nino, why is bar fining in Patong 3 times more expensive than somewhere else? The girls aren't even that pretty. Okay, so let me just put the currency rates up and we'll talk about that a little bit. No, you can't see me now, can you? Right, we'll get rid of, we'll put the currency rates up and we'll get rid of your comment, but we'll talk about it. I've got to put one, I can't find it. Hang on, what's that one? Right. Why are the girls 3 times more expensive in Patong? It's one of the great mysteries of the world, isn't it? Not really. It's supply and demand. It's as simple as that. If you get a lot of tourists that are going into Phuket and there isn't a lot of girls to play Connect 4 with, everybody wants to have a nice game of Connect 4, don't they? If there's no one to play with, it pushes prices up, doesn't it? It's like anything else. It's supply and demand. If there's plenty of a product, then it's cheap. If it's harder to get hold of that product, then it's going to be more expensive. And it is simply that. What else could it be? And I don't think it really matters how pretty the girls are, really. I mean, people are going to pay, aren't they? Okay, Johan, well, where's that gone? Johan Paulson, because Patong is more flashy. Yeah, I don't know about that. Right, let me just say thank you to, I'm going to have a beer in a minute, but I've got the perfect video to put on so I can have a sneaky one. I've got something nice to show you in a minute. Hi, Peter. Thanks again for a great stream. Yeah, thank you, Nola. I do appreciate it. It's brilliant. Okay. Right. I'm very interested to see how many come into the stream tonight, and I'll tell you why. I've watched a few of the bigger names out there, the people who do YouTube channels in Pattaya. Some are here, and I've noticed that some of them who get sort of 400 or 500 in their streams have not been getting the numbers in. There was somebody I was watching the other day who normally always gets 500 or slightly more, and he had just over 200 in. I don't think he hit 300. There was another guy I was watching, same thing. He gets sort of 400 or 500, and he was sort of 350. So I thought, is it the time of year? Is it something's happening? And I'm looking at now. At the moment I've got 360, and that's fairly normal. It normally creeps up to about over 400 by about 10. So it'll be interesting. But I'm going to give you guys a treat now. You'll love this before you're all pissed, and it'll give me a chance to get a beer. Now, I've got to do a name check on this. Let me talk it in because it's very, very good. Right. There's a guy out there. He's an ex-Navy guy. He must be 70, 80 now. His name is Merrill Maynard. I hope he watches this on the rerun. He's in the States. Merrill has sent me a lot of nice photographs in the end, and I've shown them in videos before, not necessarily here. So, Merrill, if you're out there, they're fantastic. Now, a lot of the old pictures that you guys will see on Google, you know, if you type in Pattaya in the 70s, 80s, they're the same old hashed out images, you know, because they go from one site to another, to another, to another. Anybody who's got a Thai site or they've got something to do with vintage or classic pictures, there's, you know, it's not like, well, like now everybody's got smartphones, right? So it's like click, 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 everybody does it. But in them days, you had to have a camera. You had a roll of film. You had to take it to get it developed. You had to go back and collect it and get your nice plastic wallet. So there's not that many pictures around, really. And, you know, even those guys who did get the pictures, they've been lost in transition, a lot of them, destroyed. People die, you know, older guys, 70, 80, they pass on. The photographs don't mean anything to family because they're just pictures of Pattaya, things like that. And they disappear. So it's very, very hard to come across real good old pictures. Now, Merrill has often sent me old pictures. Now, I'm going to run a montage, a montage I made quite a while ago now, about 3 months ago. Now, some of you might have seen this before because it was his story. He was saying about when he was in the Navy, he went to Pattaya, and the Liberty boats went into shore. There were girls in, like, they looked like Hawaiian hula girls waiting for these thousands of sailors to come in. And when he was there, he took pictures. Now, there's about 20 images. I know I'm going on. I want to build it up, right, because it's really unique. Now, I put this at the end of his story in one of the videos with a bit of music, and it went down a storm. Now, I just came across it in my files today, and I thought, you know what? This is such a nice little montage. Why not show it in the live stream tonight? It's about 2 minutes long. I'm going to crack open a beer. Enjoy this, guys, because this is really nice. Weren't they good pictures? The thing that jumps out at me when I see them pictures, it's just so much more polished now, isn't it? It was kind of innocent back then. When you look at the girls, you know, they literally look like they come straight out of the bush, as it were. But you know, it was still finding its feet back then. I guess that was kind of like late 70s, early 80s, but it was very quaint back then. I can still remember the early 90s. This is probably about 10, 12 years before I was there. You know, Walking Street would have just been a dust track, nothing more than that. But I hope you enjoyed that. Very good memories there, very good memories. Right, let's see. Dave State, good to see you in, mate. I didn't see you last week, but I always see you because you got the spanner next to you now. And I think I spotted that Playboy there tonight. Yeah, he is there. There he is. Handsome man, Franco. How you doing? And yeah, Dave State, how you doing? Good to have you in there. I haven't seen Capo for a while. I don't know what's happened to him. There is a Capo in here, but I don't know if it's the one I was talking about earlier. Right, okay. Yeah, great pictures, weren't they? Very good pictures. Now, I know this is a shot in the dark, and I know it's not going to happen, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you've got any pictures that were scanned from anywhere in Thailand from the old days, send them to me if you can, and I'll get enough of them. I'll do another montage. But I'm not gonna hold my my fingers and toes crossed, as it were. I'm not gonna hold my breath. That's how it says. I'm not gonna hold my breath because, like I said, they're hard to come by. Now, the Merrill, you know, when he took those pictures, Merrill Maynard, he basically said, you know, typical Thai, when he was describing getting them developed, he said typical Thailand. They all advertised 1 hour photo developing. That's what it said. 1 hour photo developing. And when you took your reel in, they'd say, yeah, that's fine. Come back in 4 hours. They'll be ready. Only in Thailand. Okay, let's have a look. Neil Stanton, is it? Ever watch Flogging a Dead? Okay. Scott G, where are we? Hi, Peter. Great photos. Just showed. Would love to have seen Thailand Pat in those times. Yeah. You know, somebody said to me, they noticed that whenever I put something out, I watermark them. So obviously they're not my pictures. I've got permission to use them because those images belong to Merrill. He took the images with a camera. They're his images. He sent them to me with an email saying, you're welcome to use them, Peter, right? So they're not mine, as is a lot of other things. But you'll notice the Ladyboy competition, the Spot the Thai Girl, the Manga Minute, everything I do has a Thailand band watermark in it. It doesn't have a C, like a copyright. It's just got the Thailand band watermark. And somebody was questioning me last week, and they said, well, why do you do that? Because they're not your images, or it's not your... I'll tell you the reason I do it. I did mention it, but if you didn't hear, the reason I do it is because that montage that lasted 2 minutes took me an hour and a half to put together. Because when those photographs came from a camera, they're massive scans, okay? So I have to manually reduce each picture down. I have to size it. Then I have to put it into an order. Then all those nice transitions in between. Then the music on top. Then I have to produce the video. Yeah, it's only 2 minutes long, but it's an hour and a half, 2 hours work. So, of course, I don't want somebody else to come on here and think, oh, that's good, I could use that. Download my video and put it on his channel. So it took him 10 seconds to download it. Why should he have the easy option? And that's why I watermark everything. Yeah, you can get rid of watermarks. It's not impossible, but I'm not going to make it easy for anyone. But that's why anything I prepare, you'll see I watermark it, simply because I've put my hard work into producing it to try and be entertaining. I just don't want people to have an easy ride if they're going to steal it off me. It's simple as that. Right. How many we got now? Nearly 350. Okay, good. Like I said, there isn't too much news tonight, guys. The only other thing, I think you know about this one. Thailand to start taxing tourists from January the 1st. Starting next year, foreigners entering Thailand by plane will have to pay an entry fee of 300 baht. The tourist tax was originally intended to be imposed at the start of the year, but its implementation was delayed to give Thailand's tourist industry a chance to recover from the pandemic. The fee will be introduced next year, presumably January the 1st, 2023, according to Thailand's Minister of Tourism. And that article is taken from the Tiger. But you know what? 300 baht, £7.50, $8. Is it going to stop you going to Thailand? When for a lot of years, when I traveled to Thailand, there was already a tax in place, 500 baht. And what you had to do when you got to the airport, you checked in. This is coming home, right? They had machines, and you had to go and put 500 baht in. It printed out a ticket. And when you went through that first lady who wants to see your passport and your boarding pass, the first lady before you go through, you had to show the ticket. And if you didn't have the ticket for the 500 baht, she'd send you back and say, go and get the tax ticket. Terry, how you doing, mate? Maybe a meet and a greet in pattaya with your subs. I'm not an organizer. I think I said this before, Terry. I'm not the sort of guy who can say, right, at 8 o'clock, we're all going to be in this bar. It's not really me, but I'm quite okay to meet individuals or a couple of guys at a time. Put that for fun. Yeah, okay. Getting serious again now. I'm not the sort of guy to sort of organize a big get together like some people do. It's just not really me. But when I was there in December, there wasn't many guys there because it was, bad times. There were a lot more people there. But I met a lot of people, and I'm quite happy to have a beer with someone or go and have a coffee or sit down. So I'm sure I'll bump into you guys. And, I don't know what a lot of you look like. You know what I look like. So if I walk past you, I'm not being ignorant. I just don't know who you are, especially if your picture's not here. Okay, Capo 17, FFS, I am not Capio. Well, at least I know now. I didn't know before because I haven't seen him in for a while. I don't know. Say Dutch Frank having a go at you there. I don't know. Right, okay. Let's go back on some of these older comments now. Right. Poem, is it? Peter, are you worried about foreign governments' influence on the future of Thailand, like China, rising living costs over time and how it impacts your retirement plan? It's already happened. China's already got a great influence in Thailand already. I mean, who do you think's paid for all the data cable that's been laid underneath Walking Street? Who do you think's paid for the high-speed monorail that's coming from China through Hua Hin all the way down to Malaysia? That's already up and running. Who do you think's paid for that? Who do you think's paid for a lot of these big hotels who are going up in Pattaya? It's not the Thai government. It's Chinese. It's the Chinese government. It's already happened. Like I said to you, I don't want to sound like one of these guys like, oh, in the good old days, it's ruined. Now, Thailand's still a great place to visit. But what you've said there, it's already happening. It is. I can remember Thailand before the internet. You didn't get hordes of young guys in Walking Street. Walking Street in them days was a kind of ducking and diving. You came down from Pattaya. You hope nobody would see you. And it was kind of a bit of a naughty weekend away. Walking Street, you didn't see Chinese group tours with the lady in the front holding a red flag, and all the Chinese walking through looking at the girls outside and not spending any money. You didn't have any of that. You didn't have many couples and families. It was strictly guys. Walking Street was a bit like, I've never been to Amsterdam, but imagine like that. But what you're saying there, I'm not worried about it. No, Peter, are you worried about foreign governments' influence? I'm not worried about it, but it just spoils it a little bit because it's no longer the quaint place it used to be in the old days. It's moved on, hasn't it? And you've just got to adapt and make the best of what you can. Right, Matthew, YouTube's blocked you. Hang on. Just touching Ladyboy's blue. Okay, that's okay. I'll put that up, Matthew. That isn't me who's blocked it. That was if I can get my mouse over there. There we are. Yeah, okay. Right. Good comment, Poem. Good comment. Anyway, Lester Paul, 300 baht, New York hotel taxes like the return of Al Capone. Okay. Okay, JB says, I don't think I said that, did I? You're right about Western people being miserable. Every day I use the same sandwich shop and I always make a joke about entering via the rear and making my own sauce. They don't even smell. Yeah, I notice that. When I come back from Thailand, I'm in a really good mood and I make jokes with people. But, you got to remember here, they're a lot of people, they're going through hard times and they're working. And some people have got, 2 and even 3 jobs and they're just there trying to put food on the table. And, you come in and you make a funny comment. It's like me, I hardly work. Well, I do work. I work on YouTube, but I don't go out to work every day. You're in a good mood. You go in there and some of them are damn right rude, let's face it. But others they just don't have any spirit. They get the wind knocked out their sails in this country, the spirit knocked out their sails, don't they? I'm thinking about doing, I don't want to sort of emulate or copy Ed Sweeney's ideas, but what I'm thinking about doing, he does that live stream where he doesn't talk about traveling. It's just about different subjects because it comes up on here quite a lot. And I'm thinking when I'm in Thailand doing a stream once a week, I'm not going to start a new channel and call it Peter's live stream or anything like that. But I'm thinking of dedicating maybe one midweek stream that doesn't conflict with Ed because he's a mate now. I don't want to step on his toes and I don't want to steal his ideas. But, at the end of the day, there are people who like to talk about other things other than Thailand. And I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll do a live stream midweek. Maybe a bit earlier. Red likes to do them late, doesn't he? 10 o'clock. Maybe I'll do one from 7:30, 8 o'clock. We'll just talk about anything and everything. What do you think, guys? Maybe I'll do another poll. Not now, when I'm out there full time. Right. Right. Clive's asking, Capel 17, did you lose your channel? I've seen Capel 17, but it's not the other Capel, so we're clear on that now. Ah, there you are. We're wondering where you were. See, we've been getting confused, Capel. I'm here, mega busy. That's okay. You'll have to stay and do like a few lines after class, okay? No, there's another guy in here tonight called Capo17, and I seen him last week. And I thought it might have been you who changed your name. And by the way, I got a bone to pick with you, Capo. I did a Facebook hookup with you. I don't know if you've seen that. I don't use Facebook really, but I have got a page. I look at it probably once every 2 weeks. But Brian said you should hook up with yourself. I know your name and everything. And I sent you a friend request on Facebook. I don't know if you've seen that, but look, I'll put my email up, and I'll just put that up there. Capo, drop me an email. Just give me your email address, and I'll know if I need to contact you or ask you something, whatever. Then at least I've got your, I've got your email address. You can rewind that if it's a bit quick. Day State Fox, yeah, Caps. All right, Philip. I went to I first went to Bangkok Pat 79. I first went to Bangkok Pat 79. Overdue for my next trip. That is a long time ago, Philip. 79. I was 19. Okay. Right. Nick T says China has a massive influence over Cambodia too. Ruins Sunukville. Where did they build the casino? Because there's a nice I have been to Cambodia, but years ago. But the Chinese are kind of they built a casino town, didn't they? Is that Sunukville? I don't know. Yeah, okay, we're going to drop this subject now because there's a lot of people, what Clive's saying there, it's not just Donald Trump. I know there's a lot of people feel quite strongly about this subject, so I don't want to start a race war going on Thailand bound, as it were. Right, Alexander the Great, it won't be good if Thailand becomes too financially indirect. Okay. The Thais are quite clever, they're not, they've never been invaded, have they? They've never been colonized, they know what they're doing. The Thais are not stupid, they're clever. They'll use things to their advantage, why do you think foreigners can't own land and things like that? They can spend their money. The Thais, they want you to, they are clever. They are clever. They want you to come to Thailand. They want you to have a good time, right? All Walking Street and all LK Metro and the bars and the go. It's all been set up to get your money out of your wallet into their tills, which is great. You have a good time and they make money. That's brilliant. But they don't want you to stay there necessarily. They want you to come and have a good time. They want you to tell your friends that you had a good time, so they come over and tell their friends. But, whether they want you to stay long term, I'm not sure. Right, Steve, how you doing? In Vegas, the nice hotels cost $51 a night in resort fees on top of the rate. Yeah, I went to Vegas a couple of times, Steve. I stayed in that. Is it the Monte Carlo? It's a white hotel shaped like that, and they've got that tiger show, the white tigers. Never went to see that, but I had a great time. In Vegas. Thailand fan. Franco De Rosa, Day State Fox, and Capital doing a great job keeping the bot away. Yeah. Oh, we haven't seen that in tonight, have we, the bot? Why is my email address come up again? Hang on. What's going on here? Right, what's the time? Should we do a competition? Let's leave it 5 more minutes. You did Paul Shackleton. Look, it's very difficult for me to call you Thailand fan because I've always known you in here for about a year as Paul Shackleton. So I'm just going to keep calling that because I can't. It's difficult for me to change. But that was a good comment you made right at the beginning. I forgot what it was and I was going to address it. So put it again and I'll talk about it. Okay. Andrea M, thank you for that. Hi, Peter. Is there more than one Christian church in Bangkok? Hoping to find a Christian Thai wife. Okay, I presume that is a serious question. So yeah, absolutely there is. Thailand is primarily a Buddhism country. You know that, but they have all the religions there, and there are I won't say quite a lot, but there is. I know in the Sukhumvit area at least 3 Christian churches. So you won't have a problem finding a Christian church. I'm being very careful how I say this because I don't want to come across as like I'm making fun or anything, because I know if your religion is important to you, that is an important subject. So in answer to you, Andre, yes, there are Christian churches there. And if you attend those Christian churches, I'm sure they have girls in them churches who do attend the worship like they do in any other country. So in answer to your question, let me just say yes and leave it at that. Okay. Right. Okay. Let me say thank you to Reggae Vibes as well. Hi, Peter. Have a cold one for me. Yeah, I had a sneaky one going on there when I played those images. We're going to have the competition when I need another beer because that's when I can fill up again. Right. Okay. And thank you, as always, to Kevin Sutherland. Very generous man. £20 super sticker there. Great. I actually left a £5 super sticker for Ed last night, but he didn't notice it. And I thought, because he wasn't getting any super stickers, and I thought I'll give him a £5. I can buy him. It's like buying somebody a beer, isn't it? So I thought I'll buy Ed a beer. Right, hang on, what's this? Okay. Yeah, okay. Sometimes when there's on the odd occasion I don't have any moderators in, I get a blocked message, but YouTube block it. But I can see there's one here, and I can see who's blocked it. So if I see somebody's blocked it, I just leave it. Another generous man, thank you. How do you pronounce? Is it Moosely? I hope I say your name right. Yeah, cheers. That's for you. Thanks. And I tell you what, I promise you this, guys. If I meet any of you in Thailand and we're in a bar, I will buy the first round. Okay. If there's one of you, I'm not if there's 10 of you, okay? Because you guys have been very generous with the super chats here, you really have. And you know, so if I meet you in Pattaya, we say let's go and grab it. I might not spend all night with you because I've got things to do, right? I make films, I'm editing, I've got some meetings fixed up. But if I just bump into you and we have a beer, 7 o'clock, so let's have a quick beer. I'll buy you the beer, okay? You don't have to buy me the beer, right? James, how are you? Except for you, James, you have to buy the beer. Only joking, right? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair enough, Andre. It just makes me wonder what you're doing in this stream. I mean, I'm glad to have you here, but you say I do not compromise on faith of God. That's fine. Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't. You know, I'm not a religious man myself, but saying that if I was stranded in a lifeboat in the middle of the sea and I run out of water and food, I probably would become religious very, very quickly. So yeah, I mean, absolutely. But I just wonder why you're in this stream because this isn't a particularly, you know, that kind of stream, right? Welsh 32. Well, I've seen a few nuns on Soy 6. All right. I think we'll move away from this subject. You know, religion is important to a lot of people, isn't it? You know, and if they are religious and they have a strong belief, then you know we should respect them and leave them to do their thing, right? Yeah. One wandering nomad says, Peter, you cheap Charlie, £5. Well, not really, because I didn't see it. I watched him for about an hour and a half last night, Ed. And he didn't get any super chats at all. I don't think he did. But I was going out of his stream and coming back, going out because I was watching several at the same time. And I thought I'll buy him a beer. But I mean, yeah, I could have sent him £10, I suppose. But he didn't notice a £5. So what was the point? Right, Tony. Off to Bangkok and Phuket in October. Essentially going for spicy food and beers. And Connect 4, right, Tony? I believe you. Right, Tony. Okay, I don't know what that means, but that means something to somebody. So there you go, put it up there. Cashier says, 300 members show up, first round empties a cooler. Yeah, absolutely. But I did say one-on-one, didn't I? I did say if it's 10. Yeah, you're talking about the cooler, the old, got it here, look, thinking outside the box with the box. No, I used to, when I used to go for a beer, I used to put, remember that banner? I don't show it anymore. It was this one. I've still got it, look. It seems I don't have to water the daisies anymore. I've trained myself now. I'm pretty good. Right. Stinger, Peter, around 200 to 300 per street. Yeah, but what you don't, it isn't. Look, when you see it coming in, they all tend to come at the same time. It's not that much. It's normally about maybe 100. Last week was £50. But what you don't realize, we don't get all this money. I mean, it's great that people send it. It's generous. We appreciate it. And of course, we get the majority of it. But YouTube take a massive slice out of it. They take 30%. Somebody was kind of half joking with me today. And they said to me, a friend, they said, what's the most you've ever had in a super chat? And actually, it was recently. I'm not going to say who it was, but somebody very generous sent me £100. Nearly fell off my seat. And then 2 minutes later, he said, here, have another one. I'm like, really? Is he going to refund this? Is this a joke? But he didn't. And, you know, very, very generous. And so I told this to the person today. And this guy said to me, because he's not short of a bit of cheddar, this guy, you know, he's a bit stingy, actually, but he's not short of a few quid. He is stingy. I keep telling him he's stingy. He says he's not, but he is. But anyway, he said to me, joking, he said, well, what I might do, I'll send you a £500 super chat because that's a maximum. Blow people away. And I said, well, don't ever do it because if you do that, YouTube keep 30% of it. So if you were to send 500 quid, I'd get 30 quid. I'd get 350, which is still brilliant. But I just said, don't give it to YouTube. Right. Tony 7682. Thank you for these streams. Should we ever meet in Bangkok? We will, Tony. I mean, I'm going to be there for a long time, you know. And thank you for the super chat. Look, when I go to Thailand, I'm not like in some Thai apartment 30 miles away from Sukhumvit. You know, I'm in the heart of it. I'm not going to tell you exactly where, but I am doing quite well on the super chats tonight. Andrea, I would not even be able to do traditional Thai wedding, as Isa is involved in that. It would be a serious Christian go. I'm looking for a needle in a haystack. Wish me luck. Thanks for the super chat, first of all. But what I would say to you, if you do ever get married to Thai, I don't know how it'd work being Christian, but a lot of people don't go through the actual government kind of style wedding. They do a traditional Buddhist ceremony up in the village, but I don't know how it would work for you. But you know, there must be a lot. There must be Christian girls who attend the churches and things, but I think it would be a lot of hard work, and I think it would help a lot if you learnt Thai. But thanks for the super chat there. Paul Hoskins, the beginning or the end. All right. Who was that, says Day State? What? Who was that man who chucked over a couple of £100? Let me think. Who was it? Can't think. I'll have to do a competition soon. I'm nearly out of beer. Okay, well, right, we'll just hit 400. I'm really happy about that. As I said earlier on, I've looked at a lot of YouTubers out there, and their numbers on the live streams are way down. And I thought, is it the time of year? What is it? And I seem to be like pretty normal. So yeah, that's made me quite happy. Yeah, everybody's giving me these numbers. Look, James Casey, JB, I'm 97 days until touchdown. I think I'm less than you now, James. A month is 30 days. I'm not going to give you the exact time, because I might have some nutter waiting for me outside Heathrow with a hatchet jaw. You know, I think I'm about 35 days, something like that, till I go. Excuse me. You know, sometimes what happens, guys, I read comments and I can't put them up for whatever reason. I'm a bit suspicious. Is it the real person, or is it going to offend certain people? But sometimes there are funny comments there which make me smile, but I can't put them up. But they're there for you to read. Right, Capio. Buddhists don't consider Buddha is a god, so it's not. I can't even read that word. Idolatry, is it? I told you I'm thick. I am atheist, and I was married in Thailand with no concerns. Okay, a bit of information for you there. That's good to know. People say to me, you know, you're going to be single in Thailand, Peter, for the first time. You're going to get married again. You're going to get a serious girlfriend. Do you know, after all these stories I've read out on the channel, I don't think I could go through with it. Angels Cabell again. There are a lot more girls in Thailand who are becoming Christians. Is that right? I didn't know that. I mean, I was born as a Roman Catholic, but I'm not practicing. You know, I'm not, like I say to you, if I was on a lifeboat and I suddenly ran out of food, then yeah, I would become religious very quickly. Right, Capio, Daystar, I will be in Thailand at Christmas. I'll bring the old monk. Yeah, I'll probably be leaving before Christmas. That's a shame. Paul, that's a good question. You said, have you ever been recognized at the airport? Well, you know, when I started this channel, when I left Thailand, when I started this channel, I think I had like 67 subscribers, and then I was stuck in the UK. And I had this vision that I'd go through the airport and like all these people had recognized me because they're going to Thailand. They must have watched the channel. But you know what? It was December when everybody was masked up. They were worried about whether they'll get through with their Thailand pass. You know, we had stickers put on with us. It was dreadful. And not a single person recognized me in the airport. No. I had, do you know what? I'll tell you what, though. I had a lady recognize me 3 days ago. There's a guy, I think his name's Ian. He lives just across the road here, like on another estate across the main road. And he came in a couple of weeks, said, oh, I live quite close to you. And I'm like, yeah, where do you live? I live on that estate. I was walking Benji the other day, my beagle, just 2 mornings ago. I do a half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening. And I was walking to him, and there was a Chinese girl on the other side of the street. And I had my headphones on. I was listening to something, so I couldn't hear anything. And I looked over, and she was looking at me talking. And of course, I couldn't hear her. And I thought, oh, what's happening? And I took a headphone, and I said, yeah, hi, can I help you? And she came across. She says, oh, you're Peter, aren't you? And I'm like, oh. And then it turned out she watches the stream. So it was quite nice to be recognized. But do you believe it or not, that's only the second time I've been recognized here where I live. The first one was Franco, who screamed at me out of his car, nearly terrified me one night. Then he was waiting in Leh in his car, went down a service road with Benji, and he was there in his in his nice car. Put it that way. It's 4x4, and you know, bald head, looking at the top like this. Oh shit, who's this? But yeah, and then another Chinese girl. Right, Alexander, how you doing? Are a lot of us going to be in Thailand in October? I think October, November, there's going to be a lot of guys who come on this channel out there. I really do. Okay, big up old monk. Is that a drink, old monk? A whiskey or something? Right, where are we now? Welsh 32. You'll be okay, Peter. I want to meet you two in the bar. Joking. Well, you don't really know somebody, do you? I met when I was in Thailand. You know, I watch a lot of YouTubers who are based in Pattaya, and some of them, they weren't how I imagine how they come across. You know, you watch them in a YouTube channel and you imagine they've got a certain character about them, and when you meet them, your expectations of how they're going to be is what you're expecting to come back. But when you meet somebody in real life, they're not like that. You know, I mean, there was one or two down there. I was kind of like, really? You know, I mean, I was a bit, you know, I have talking a roundabout way. But you know, you might meet me and I might be totally different to what you imagine me to be. Right, check bound. You've just come in. I don't know why that's not coming up on this screen because I want to put that up. We'll do a competition in a minute, guys. Okay, check bound. I have to do it on this screen. It's not showing up on here for whatever reason. It might do in a minute. Hey, Peter there. Hope everyone is doing well. Are there many expat women over 40 in Bangkok? Perhaps you might avoid the sick buffalo routine. Yeah, I couldn't, you know, Western women don't do it for me. They haven't done it for me for the last 40 years. I'm not going to start now. But in answer to your question, there is a lot of Western women. And something you might not realize, there is actually quite a lot of Western women who are married to Thai men, Thai policemen, all sorts of, if you go to Google and put Western man with Thai husband, Western woman, Thai, you'll see pictures of them. There's quite a few of them. Okay. Where are we? I don't know why that message never came up on this over here. Right. Okay. Let's do a competition, guys. Right. Now I remember what it was, Paul Shackleton. I remember what you said right at the beginning. You said the reason I don't do the Ladyboy competition until later is because I lose 40, 50 people out the stream because not everybody likes the Ladyboy competition. And you came back and said, no, people are tired. They go to bed. And that might be the case with some. But when I used to do it in the middle of the stream, I'd go from 400 down to 350 like that. Because some people don't like it, but there are a lot of people who do like it. So I had to find a compromise, which was just do it later. But what the competition is now? We'll do Spot the Thai Girl, then we'll do the Manga Minute, then we'll do the Joke of the Week, and then we'll have another little chat. I should have some nice drinks set up again there. Okay, do I really need to explain this game to you guys? There's 8 pictures. One of them is a Thai. The object of this game is tell me which number is the Thai lady. Okay, do you know your Thai women? Let's have a look. Right, let's run through this real fast. JB, no. Richard Woolley, no. Paul Shackleton, yes. Check Bound, love the music. Thank you, Check Bound, but that's not the competition. Robert, no. Farang Travels, no. Mark Hanley, thank you for the super chat. I'm not going to stop because I'll forget what I'm doing. But thank you, Mark. Farang Travels, no. Mark P, no. Matt Lakin, no. Clive, no. Lewis, no. Andre M, no. Danish Bacon, no. The BSC token, okay, you know her name, well done. Javier, yeah, you got it. Terry Delve, no. Clive Allen, no. A new number one would trip you up. Doesn't she look Thai? You'll be surprised. Johan, is it? No. Matthew Cartwright, no. Glenn Hittricks, no. Red Pill Denmark, no. I'm going to go really fast now. Jeremy, no. Brian Street, no. Kevin, no. Martin Ryder, no. Checkbound, no. World Traveller Forever, no. Charles Saunders, no. Nino, yes. Well done. Pesky McNuggets, no. Tony, no. Yours Travels, no. Vlad the Inhaler, no. Who's that there? Bollocky Buff. What sort of name is that? No. Darcy, yeah, well done. You got it. Robert, no. Cashier, yes. Clive, you've put your answer about 10 times, mate. It isn't number 5. Paulie Buffalo, yeah, you got it. Capital 17, no. Rumble, no. Paul Scratch, yeah, you got it. Mike Sands, no. John Hobson, no. Greg Fox, no. Alex Curtin, yes. Uncle Nene, no. Frank Travels, no. Steve White, no. Simon Goodson, no. Jolly Fox, no. Barang, no. Nick T, yes. Rosso Nero, no. Angel Scabell, okay. She's on your YouTube. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one. Right, Silver Fox. Right, I'm just gonna, because they're going on and on and on. I'm just gonna read out the right answers. Okay, then I'll put the answers up. Okay, Mike, yes. Boohoo, you got it. Bend over, yes. Old Fogarty, you all seem to get it. Old Fogarty, you're expert. Well done. Nullog 2, yes. Chris J Stone, you got it. Who else? I'm just reading the right answers out now, so we'll be here all night. Danish Bacon, yes. Crime Family Incorporated. Who's that? I've heard that before somewhere. Chris, yes. Paulie Buffalo, yes. Anyone else? Day State Fox, yeah, you got it, mate. Well done. Tony Foyley, is it? Sorry, you got it. I'm not sure now if people are going back and just writing the answers of the ones I said right. Nolog says 4 or 5. I'll put that there for a second now, Mark. Look, thank you very much. Thank you. Absolute Spanner, you got it. Who else? We're nearly there now, guys. I'm going to put the answer up in a minute. Okay. I think we're there. No more right answers by the look of it. Right. Okay, that's it. Let me run the answers. And I knew number 1 would trip you up. I know, but you'll get a surprise here. Here we go. The BS Token Investor, Thailand bound. I meant that number 4 is a Thai YouTuber called Nikki and has, oh, it's gone, hang on. Is she? I don't know. Has a channel, Nikki, with you. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm going to have a look for her. Right, okay, so well done to those who got it right. It's quite, number 1, Vietnam. She really looked like Thai, didn't she, the pilot? Will you fly with her? Right, okay, what we'll do now, we'll do the joke of the week, get that out of the way, because I know that's cringe time, and then we'll do the Manga minute, okay? And then we've got the Ladyboy competition coming up towards the end. Okay, so here we go. Blonde joke now. I hope there's no blondes listening. A blonde gets a job as a physical education teacher of a 16-year-old boy. She notices a boy at the end of the field standing alone, while all the other boys are running around having fun playing football. She takes pity on him and decides to speak to him. You okay, she says. Yes, he says. You can go and play with the other boys, you know, she says. No, it's probably best I stay here, he says. Why is that, sweetie, says the blonde. The boy looks at her and says, because I'm the goalkeeper. Okay, and it's that time now, guys. I hope there's no female chauvinists in tonight. Is that the right word? It's a Manga minute. Right, any complaints about the Manga Minute this week, please don't write to me, write to my refunds department and tell them you want a full refund because you didn't like the Manga Minute. I'll do that at the end again, okay? Let me just say hi to Carlos Herrera. Excellent stream. I'm staying in the Flipper Lodge for 1 week next November, going to be in education. Carlos, guess who stayed in the Flipper Lodge in December? Yeah, me. It's good. It's a good hotel, actually. But there's two, not to be confused with there's a burp time. Soye, as you're coming from the beach, first hotel on the right, opposite the what's the name of that bar now? Hang Loose Bar, I think it is. Right opposite there, you got the white building. That's a Flipper Lodge. Yes, that is a Flipper Lodge. But if you go into Soy 7, next to Nick Dean's bar, there's another Flipper house that I think it is. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's a budget hotel. It's a great location, and you'll do okay there. But thanks for that super chat. Okay, I think I'm way behind on these chat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to skip forward, guys, and go to some of the later ones. Otherwise, I'm going to be running like an hour behind on the chat. And just in case you've come in late, just another quick reminder: there won't be a stream this Sunday because I'm going out on location in the UK. Sounds very technical, doesn't it? But I am. I'm going on a long drive on Sunday because I'm going to be filming something away from here that's relevant to the channel. Which I don't want to talk about now. I'll put a video up when I've done it. So I'm going to be doing that on Sunday, so I won't be around. But on the following Sunday, we've got Sheila, the semi-Farang. If you don't know Sheila, she's got quite a nice job, so she's got to come on here in a kind of disguise. She won't be silhouetted, but she'll be kind of disguised. She's got a Thai girlfriend. Okay, keep it polite. She likes that sort of thing. That came out all wrong. I tried to be so diplomatic. That sort of thing. That's not how you say it. Sheila's got a Thai girlfriend. She's going to come on here, and you can ask her what questions you want. I mean, don't ask stupid questions, guys. You know what I mean. But I'm just going to ask her. How did she meet her? How does she see a long-term relationship? Things like that. And then it's just another guest that will be interesting. You can come in as well. So that's not this Sunday. That's next Sunday. Then the following Sunday after that, I've got Rob, the London cabbie, on. I'm going to bring him in, and we're going to ask him about his trip to Thailand for the first time. Right, luxury vegan travel. Good evening, Peter and all. I have when you lost all your weight and was doing your spin classes, did you stop alcohol or limit yourself to a certain amount each week? Right. Well, I'm actually very ashamed of myself at the moment, luxury vegan travel, because I'm actually a Billy Bunter. I've put on a lot of weight again. Let me put that up so I don't forget what I'm talking about. Right. Okay. So I've got a video on the channel, how I lost 23 kilos. So let me just briefly break it down. When I was going to go out to Thailand for the first, it was 2 years since I'd been out to Thailand. I knew 6 months before I went that I was going, right? So I had a lot of motivation. I went on this really strict diet. I lost 23 kilos, which is more than a Samsonite suitcase. And I was really proud of myself. Went out there. I was looking good. I came back. I've been a bit depressed, not depressed, but a bit fed up. That's a better word, better two words. Because, I'm breaking up with my wife in a nice way. But, I have a lot of arguments with my daughters, and they take sides, and it's always 3 against 1. So it's a bit depressing. Food is a comfort thing, isn't it? I'm on my own in the lounge at night. I have a few beers, and end of the night comes, and I look in the fridge, and you know what it's like, guys. I put weight back on, okay? So I do intend to do something about it, but not right now because I'm in a bit of a toxic environment. I've got to wait till I'm in a good environment, okay? So I put a bit of weight on it. Well, not a bit. I put quite a lot of weight on. But I'm not worried because I can get it off. But in answer to your question, no, I didn't stop drinking at all, because the problem is, I used to be a heavy smoker. I stopped smoking about 8 years ago. Started when I was 15. If you try to stop everything, you'll fail at everything. What I did, I limited myself to 3 cans of lager. Now, I had people coming out the woodwork saying, oh, if you stop drinking, the weight will fall off you. I know it will, and I know I would have lost it faster. But at the end of the day, I wasn't really eating. I was doing a, what do you call it, periodic fasting. So I was having nothing in the morning, lunchtime. And that saying, you got to have your breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You know where that came from? Kellogg's invented that in the 50s. They were the ones who brought out this saying, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You shouldn't skip your breakfast. That was Kellogg's. Now, why do you think they said that, right? So I never had any breakfast. Lunch, I had a banana and an apple. And again, people will say apples and bananas got a lot of sugar in them, and they have, but you've got to eat something, right? A banana's natural. So I had nothing in the morning, a banana and an apple or a tangerine. 3 o'clock, I had another apple. 6 o'clock, I'd have something like a porridge with some raisins on top, or I'd have a nice chunky vegetable soup that's dead easy to make. And then maybe 8 o'clock at night, I had a small snack again, and that was it. But, so I was very hungry in the evening. It was so satisfying to have those beers. And I had a little bit of whiskey like I am now. Look, I don't go over the hill, but I have a little bit. Look, cheers. Oh, that's nice. And so in answer to your question, I've taken a long time. I've flapped giving you the answer. But no, I mean, if you want to go on a diet and lose a lot of weight, you can still have a couple of beers. Obviously, you won't lose it as fast. I was losing at the time something like 2 kilos a week, about 1.5 kilos on a bad week, 1 kilo on a bad week, 2 kilos on a month. Sorry, not a week, I'll be dead. I was losing 1 kilo on a bad month, 2 kilos on a good month, on average 1.5 kilos. So you can do the maths, right? It's not easy. Anybody who tells you it's easy to lose weight, it's not. I would say it's harder to give up smoking, because after a month of not smoking, you pretty much can handle it. Not eating, it just goes on and on and on and on. It's very, very difficult. Right. Thailand found. I don't eat until 4 p.m. earlier. Sometimes I eat nothing all day, 75 kg. Absolutely, Paul. I agree with you. But where I go wrong, I eat at night. I've done it for every night for the last 3 months. I wake up in the morning and I'm so pissed off with myself in the morning. I look in the mirror and say, right, that's it. And then it happens all again the next day. Right. Luxury vegan travel again. Peter, you're a tip. Thank you. I think you mean Top Geezer. Thank you for answering my question. I too have put on a bit of weight and I blame it on the alcohol. You can lose weight and drink, I mean, anybody says you can't. It's not the ideal way to lose weight. I'm not a health expert, but I've done it, I mean, I'm a great believer if you can preach if you've done it, it's not theory. I actually did it. Right, Ian, thank you, mate. I appreciate that super sticker there. That'll get me 4 of my beers. Let me just check the 8% because Steve was on last week. I've converted him. You see this beer that I get from Aldi? It's a really nice beer. You see it says 4.8%. Well, Steve buys that. I think he's up in Liverpool somewhere, and it's 1.6%. I don't know why that is. It's like a breakfast beer, isn't it? You brush your teeth with it. So I was checking now. Right, Mark Hanley says, I never eat after 6 p.m. That's good, Mark. That's really good. Now, don't forget as well, I do two, and I'm not bullshitting you here. I do 2 30-minute walks a day, and some of it's uphill, and I do it relentlessly. It's very rare that I can't go out because of rain. I'll just adjust my time. So I walk an hour a day. And I've had because I'm going to Thailand, I've had a full MOT on my body. I went to the doctors, and because I'm over 50, well over 50, they've done everything. I've just had a cancer test, actually. Luckily, I haven't had a letter from the doctors. I don't know if you want to hear this, but I'll tell you briefly. Okay, so what it is, I'm going out to Thailand for greater lengths of time now. When I go out in October, I'm going out for 2 to 3 months. I'm going to live out there full time. I'm 62. Men get sick over the age of 60. Not everyone. But a lot of people get prostate cancer, or they'll get stents because they have heart attacks, or, you're getting older, aren't you? And, I don't want to, I'm going to get a health insurance when I go out to Thailand, but I don't want to go out there with an underlying problem that I didn't know I had, like the newsreader recently who died. He was 66, forget his name. But he never checked. And if he checked, he could have had it treated. But I went to the doctor. I had a liver check, kidney check. It's all working normally. I had poop on a stick. They didn't find any traces of blood. I went last week and had blood taken out. They send your blood off. There's a special test they do. I always forget, like pH something or other. And they can tell from that number if you've got early stages of cancer and stuff. And the doctor said, if you don't hear from me by, it was last week, you're fine. And I haven't heard anything. So I'm going out to, I mean, I could still have something wrong with me, but I'm pretty much sure I've been tested for everything. And I don't know where this came from. We were talking about something. It's completely gone now. So, right. 20 Rothmans. Haven't seen you for a while. They have thoughtfully closed the tube lines going there the weekend. Nice of them. Elizabeth's line on Saturday. But okay. Right. Bottle Baby. Can we hear a new hotel story? That's you like these stories, don't you? Like the little stories I tell you. I'm just trying to think of one on the top of my head. This is nasty. This is, I used to like to tease my wife, and I don't get embarrassed very easy. And my wife, she was in Korea, and she came. I was working in a 5-star hotel somewhere, and 5-star hotels have really massive lobbies, don't they? And they echo. And my wife came to see me. She'd been visit. It was in the early days. I think I don't know which hotel I was in. I might have been in the Holiday Inn in Beijing. This is before I worked for Accor. They've got a 2,000 bedroom, or they did do, halfway between the airport and the main part of Beijing, the city. And I used to tease her a lot in not a nice way. And in those days, it's a little story about a hotel. So she came to visit me. This is before she lived with me. She was still very young. I think she was 20, and I was like, I must have been about 26, 27. I was working there. And we went down for dinner, and I used to like to play tricks on, and we were walking across the lobby, and I had a look around, make sure there was nobody, too close really. And I just let out this rip roaring fart in the lobby, because she's Korean, she's Asian, right? So it's a big, and it boomed, that's my sense of humor, right? So she's walking with me, hand in hand, my wife, and she's she's in this 5-star hotel, all done up, going for dinner with one of the managers. She's got a nice big face, hasn't she now? And all of a sudden I let out this rip roaring fart, and it echoes throughout, and she actually ran away from me. She let go of my hand and just ran, and that's quite funny really. Okay. I'm still smiling because it was funny. I did it a second time actually, but it was in an elevator. We were going up, and it was only me and her in there, and it was like a real exhaust going off, bad exhaust on a car, and the lift stopped at the next floor. And about 6 people got in. I was looking at her, she was looking at me. Right. Okay. Enough of this fart talk. Let's see what you guys are saying. Right. The BSC token investor, Pete. Thailand band Peter, what do you think of that American YouTuber in Pattaya that decided to come out of the closet during a live stream while he was drunk kissing a ladyboy in a funny, cringe way? Right, okay, so let me talk very seriously about this, because I don't actually know him, but somebody sent it to me. I've never watched one of his streams. I've never watched one of his videos. What I would say, what you're describing, I don't know. But what I'm guessing is, you say he did it when he was drunk. So I'm probably thinking he woke up in the morning, looked at the stream and thought, my God, because you can't undo it, can you? I know a lot of guys who go to Pattaya, and when they're in Pattaya, they don't do that sort of thing in the UK. It's just something they do in Thailand. If that's what they want to do, fair play to them. But they're not hurting anybody. But I would guess that he regret that. And I did actually see the video where he kissed the lady boy, and it was one of those kind of like yuck moments. Not because he was kissing a lady boy, it was just the facial. Let's move on. Right, Bob. Okay, you're talking to somebody else. Okay, Capo 17. Ed Sweeney is on a diet. We should have Slim off. I don't know. Ed's all right. Ed's a mate now. Right. Yeah, absolutely. I know somebody who did that. I mean, it's getting a bit disgusting now. Good job he didn't fart. No, I knew it was going to be a controlled a controlled boom. A sound barrier boom, because don't you? I'm not going to get into. I've got another way to describe it, but I don't want it to go all the way downhill. We're kind of getting near the bottom, aren't we? But we'll put the brakes on so it doesn't hit rock bottom. But no, I knew it was going to be okay. Bob Gier, I have 5 cars. Yeah, one's a Nissan Micra, the other 4 on his mantelpiece. They're like dinkies. Right, Paul Hoskin. If I do a smelly one, I just give someone a dirty look. Don't we all, though, Paul? Don't we all? Yeah, no. She's divorcing. No wonder she's divorcing you. Yeah, another one I used to do was a classic one. Like, come here, in bed. Come here, give us a cuddle. Let her rip her out, and then under the sheets. I thought it was funny. I don't know if she did. I don't think she did. Doesn't every wife go through that? The farts under the sheets. Right, we're talking live. I want to retire now at 56, still healthy, in very good shape. Wish they would have the retirement age at 55 and above. Well, you can get a retirement visa at 50 in Thailand, but you're obviously talking about your financial stability, I guess, yeah? Darcy, who was a YouTuber? Fair play to him. I don't want to start advertising other YouTubers here just for the sake of advertising them. Yeah, good one, Capio. Very clever, actually. That bit corny, but clever. He was tongue-tied. That's actually very clever. Right, Pesky McNuggets. Farts are the best things invented ever. Okay, not unless you're on the receiving end. I remember watching Eddie Murphy years ago. He did a stand-up. It was about 2 hours long. This is what he wore, a red leather suit, and it was called Raw, and it was out in the 80s, and it was really, really funny. Eddie Murphy. And he was just talking about everyday things, and I remember him saying there was one sketch where he was saying, 2 guys will be together, and one of them will say, "Oh, I've just farted," and the other one will go, and they go, "Yeah, you have, that stinks." And it's like, why do you need to confirm it? I mean, absolutely. I farted, move. Okay. Okay. Corporate McMahon, is Bendover coming to your next live stream, Peter? No, no, I don't. I know he's in here. I don't know. Has he got a YouTube channel? Anything like that? Right, only in Thailand says, if you're on a budget, it's amazing how cheaply you can travel around Thailand. Train from Bangkok's Hua Lamphong train station to in Cambodia for only 48. But yeah, it is. There was there's an article in I think it was in the Tiger Day. They're going to put up the price of taxis. It's confirmed, but they haven't decided how much. But it's not going to be a huge amount. I mean, a taxi starts at 35 baht, doesn't it? So they might put it. I guess they'll put it up to 40 baht or 39 baht. It won't be significant. But the way I look at it is, does it make any difference? Because they never put the meter on when we get it. It's always like 200 baht, Songroy, Samroy, clear off. Right, Brian. Funny, when you first start dating a girl, you hold in your farts till your stomach hurts. But when you've been with a girl for a long time, yeah, absolutely. And then you get divorced like me. I've lit a bonfire where I shouldn't have lit a bonfire, and I check bound under the sheets, the famous Dutch oven. I like that. Dutch, is that what they call it? Dutch oven. Oh, yeah, we're talking about traveling there. Okay, let's get back on track here. Traveling third class time takes around 5 hours, 50 minutes. Yeah, I mean, you can, if you get a taxi to Hua Hin, for instance, as an example from Bangkok, Sukhumvit, you want to go to Hua Hin, you're looking around 2,000 baht. You might get it slightly cheaper, more likely a little bit more expensive. 2,000 baht, but you can go to Victory Monument, you can go to Edgamar, you can get a minibus or a blue bus, 180 baht, same as Pattaya. You can get down to Pattaya for, £5, not even that, £4. That's what I intend to do when I go out. I've always, mind you, I like Apple. I might go down with Apple, and she's good company. My Apple, the taxi driver. We'll have to see. Yeah, I know, Mara. I stopped letting Benji sit in the lounge with me for some reason. Around 9 o'clock, when I settle down and have a few beers, that's when his stomach starts brewing. You know what I mean? And it's awful. It's awful. So I don't let him in the lounge after 9 o'clock now. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Jason, it's a good idea, but there isn't any bar girls here where I live. I live in a market town in the central UK. When I'm in Thailand, I do know some bar girls who would come on. Yeah, why not? Okay, Antonio, how you doing? I got your message today. What was the one you sent me there? Do you know that girl? I don't know. You said it was your girlfriend, didn't you? The one who made the little video, said, "I'm waiting for you, Peter." She's not waiting for me, but you got her to say that. It was very nice, actually. She was really cute. Is that? I think you said that's your girlfriend, right? So when is it you're not going to be in Thailand? And what was the name of the bar again? Only joking, mate. Yeah, thanks for sending me that. And you sent me something. You sent me that video today, and you said somewhere you've never been. I know where you were. I know where you were. Right. Paul Hoskins says some food make the worst farts. Okay. Right. Angels Cabell says alcohol, don't go bold. Have you ever seen a bold tramp? Yeah, exactly. Do you know? You might be joking. I don't know, but it's true. The alcohol destroys restrooms when you drink a lot, so make sure you drink lots. The thing is, that is true because have you ever seen a tramp with a bald head? You see bank managers with bald heads because they're in the shower washing it, but tramp, they always have a good set of hair on them, don't they? Yeah, Pulley Buffer said Eddie Murphy Trading Places was great. I'm not a particular fan of Eddie Murphy, but his stand-up was pretty good. Richard Pryor was okay as well. Yeah, that's a funny thing, is it? Chris says, when dogs smell their own farts and run off, funniest thing. But, when you train dogs, I remember people used to say, oh, if they do their business in the kitchen, stick their nose in it and give them a little tap and put them out. So that's like going to Disneyland for a dog, isn't it? Sniffing its own crap. Corporate Mahan. I won't put that up because it looked like I'm blowing my own trumpet, but I appreciate that. Thank you for the positive feedback. Antonio again. Hi, Peter. In almost 3 months today, I'm going back to Perth. Sorry for some reason I can't send you. Oh, come on. You don't need to apologize. It's not mandatory to send a super chat. Just, we're friends now. You sent me a few videos. That video you sent to the girl, I've got it on the computer. Where I might put it up here next week, actually. Where is it? I might put it up now. Have I got it? No, I think I deleted it because I was scared somebody might see it. Let me just have a look if I've got it here, because it was really nice. It was a really nice video you sent. What he did, I think it's his girlfriend that works in a bar in Pattaya. Okay, and she's really cute. You know, she's got this kind of bobtail, fuzzy kind of hair. And he made a video and he got her to, she said, like, hello, Peter, I'm waiting for you in this bar. And I looked, I thought, oh, she's cute. And then he said it's his girlfriend. I thought, oh, thanks for nothing, mate. Right, okay, Parky, Peter, you have just been promoted to my main TV screen, much better than the laptop. Thanks, Parky, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Cheers. Let's have a little bit of whiskey. Oh, right. You know what? I think I'm going to do the Ladyboy competition. I know I say this every week, but I'm gonna keep it to a sensible length of time because I've got so much to do tomorrow, guys. I do enjoy the live streams, but it's a real busy weekend. What I'm trying to do at the moment, because I'm trying to keep this, I want to do the stories when I'm in Thailand, but I don't want to be confined to a bedroom doing them. I'm doing extra stories to put on the back burner so that when I'm in Thailand, I just have to release them. And it's taking up so much time because those stories take up so much time. They really do. Just to edit, to read it, edit, put it in a format, it's a whole day. You know, then I have to record it and edit it again. It's a whole, the stories are good, you know, that's my bread and butter on this stream, but they're a lot of work, Right, check bad. I think he meant the Manga Minute was upgrade. Oh, okay, it was upgraded to, have you just come in? Do you want to see the Manga Minute again? Let's do it again. I was trying to find that video that Antonio sent to me. I'm going to dedicate that to Bob J because he doesn't like the Manga Minute. He said, you put it on 3 times last week, so I went to make a cup of tea. I won't put it on 3 times tonight, Bob. It's just because some people came in late there. Right. JB. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the main event in the blue corner, the incredible, undefeated, handsome man, Peter. 10 Manga Minutes, all finished, by the way. Knockout. Let's get ready to rumble. Okay. Right. Why or wife feels you dirty mongers? Yeah, why not? Why not? I'm going to be single in Thailand for the first time in 33 years. That'll be interesting. Do you know, as people send me videos all the time, you know, I get some great videos sent to me and I can't show them on here because it's like, you know what YouTube's like, they're really strict. And some of them, they're kind of innocent, but they're a little bit raunchy. Somebody sent one today to me. Who was it who sent it to me now? What it was, it's a Thai girl, and I can't even tell you what it's about. You know, there's some really good videos get sent to me. I wish I could show. What I might do a section up on my website and have all these kind of raunchy, because nobody can say anything if it's on a website. It's not porn, they're just a little bit too raunchy for here. But it's not like the Manga Minute. It's kind of things where, you know, people catch girlfriends out red-handed and things like that in Thailand. And they're really interesting. But, you know, I might have a section and put them on my website because I just can't put them up here. Yeah, there's somebody got a YouTube channel called that Monga's Lives Matter. There was somebody had a YouTube username called Thai Bar Girls Lives Matter. I thought it was quite clever. Mark Hanley says, we need a Manga Minute with the girls wearing football tops. Everton and Liverpool would be the mingers. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's have a look. Right. Paulie Buffalo. Peter, you might meet a nice Thai lady with her own Ovaltine shop. Aren't they all nice ladies? They're all nice ladies in Thailand. Right. No, I was laughing at that. Look, Martin Ryder, 16 days before I get the rocket polished. Lovely. Okay, let me see some of these. Let me go back, see if I missed some of these. Checkbound says blue bikini. Yeah, she's a little bit plump, wasn't she? But she's quite nice. Till it hurts. Some spinners there, yeah. Right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to do, like I say, because it's not going to be a real long one tonight, I think I'll do the Ladyboy competition. Right. Thomas, right. Hi, Peter. You said earlier that you had some news about two guys in Pattaya. I said earlier about two guys. Well, you know what my memory is like. If I said it earlier, I won't remember what it is. You said earlier that you had news about two guys in Pattaya. I can't remember what it was. It's gone. The only news was about the syphilis rates and the Pattaya girls using fake certificates. I can't remember. Right. Okay. Let's do the Ladyboy competition a little bit early because, like I say, I won't be late tonight. Right. Now, you know what it is, guys. Make sure I don't put the wrong one on. 8 pictures. One of them is a girl. I'm not looking for the Ladyboys. I want to know which one of these 8 pictures is a real female. Okay. Right, do you know your Ladyboys? Which one is a lady? Let's have a look. Run through it now. Richard, no. Mark Hanley, no. Simon Goodison, no. James Casey, no. Till It Hurts, no. Boohoo, no. Carl D, well done. Robert, no. Thailand Found, no. Mark P, no. Brian Street, no. Marky Mark, no. Nino, no. World Traveller, no. Richard Miller, no. Rob, no. Only in Thailand, no. Martin Ryder, no. Will Richardson, no. Paul Hoskin, no. Yours Travels, no. Gemini Star, no. Narrow Boat, Florence Rose, good name. I guess he got a boat. No. Marvin Northhouse, no. Dude Lover, no. Javier, no. Smiler McGee, we only had one right answer. Smiler McGee, no. And Andy Holmes, no. Matthew Cartwright, well done, you got it right. That's 2 right answers now. Lewis C, no. Geezers, no. Vlad the Inhaler, no. Kevin Lampard, no. Gary B71, no. Charles Sanders, no. Glenn Christopherson, no. Robert, no. Chang Noi, is it? No. Pesky McNuggets, no. Darcy, no. Richard, no. Mike, no. Steve, no. Angel Scabell, no. Tom Berwick, no. Chris, no. Jolly Fox, no. Not many right answers tonight. Liz, no. Super Nice, no. Silver Fox, no. Martin Blackburn, no. Uncle Nene, no. Alexander DeGrant, no. Tom, no. Clive, no. Old Fogarty, no. Fran Rush, no. Thailand Found, no. Timothy, no. Oh, not many right answers tonight. Charlie, we've had 2 right answers so far. Kevin Lampard, no. VV Focus, no. Nolog 2, no. Number 6 is actually a Ladyboy. Max Veit, no. Something of Harter Jim, is it? No. Clive again, no. Barang, no. Andrew Hammond, yeah, you got a right answer, Andrew. Well done. Right, I'll just do the right answers now because it's going on quite a long time. Not a lot of answers here. Right, let's see if we've got any more right answers. Yeah, Paulie Buffalo 555, that is the right answer. Anybody else? Cohort 61, that is the right answer. That's it. That's it. Not many right answers. Which one was the real lady? We'll find out. Here we go. Okay, I forgot what I was doing. Having a sneaky look. Brian, if you're still there, just sent you a message. I'll have a look tomorrow. Right, okay, yeah. Right, I just want to reiterate something because sometimes people write to me and they say, hold on, guys. Right, Stephen Scooter. Okay, I don't know, Stephen, if you're watching. I've just got something from PayPal that I don't know what it is. I haven't looked at it yet, but if it's what I think it is, thank you. Yeah, just to reiterate, guys, sometimes the occasional person will say, oh no, you've made a mistake. That's definitely a girl. That's definitely, but it's not, believe me. When I'm really, really careful. When I go to get the pictures of the ladyboys, I make sure that it's from places that only have ladyboys. There's no women. And when I go to get that one female, I make sure that it is 100% a female, right? So there is no mistakes. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but it is true. Okay, right, let me just see if I missed anything else I'm going to show you tonight. We won't do the manga minute again. Twice is enough. Right, okay, so let's get back into the chat, see what's happening. I'll start from the bottom. Hey then, damn, one rules, number one out. First, don't tell it, yeah. Right, Capital 17 says, you could play with those all day and not touch the same place twice, okay. JB says, number 8 is so good, Pete. I think we should spend 2 minutes to all polish one out at her splendor. Which one was number 8? Let me just have a quick look. Number 8. Yeah, she's actually famous. She's actually a famous model. Clive, you dirty, dirty boy. Right. Luxury vegan travel. I would have never got the Ladyboy competition. Well, it's like I say every week. You know, if it's hard from pictures, isn't it? I mean, when Trevor got me on it and he tried to catch me out, I got everyone right. But it was just luck. You know, it was just luck. But when you see them in real life, you're not going to get caught out. Pulley Buffalo, the pattern is emerging. The most obvious Ladyboy is, in fact, always the lady. Okay. Andrew says, hooray, at last I got my ladyboy right. Yeah, we'll sort you out a ladyboy or two in Pattaya, Andrew. Don't worry about that. I'll supply the Vaseline, okay? How's that? Can't be more generous than that. Need you to start working on that second book, Andrew. Right, JB says, I like my ladyboys young, dumb, and looking like their mum. Okay. Thailand found number 1, the big boobs threw me off. Yeah, I mean, females have boob jobs as well, don't they? I'm not putting that up, Clive. Right. Tom, disgusting. I'm trying to find a comment that's got nothing to do with ladyboys. Okay, right. Yeah, we could try that. Would you like to challenge when we pick the one lady? That's quite a good idea, actually. Believe it or not, it's quite easy to get the ladyboy pictures. It's a lot easier than getting the female pictures because you can't just go into Google and start downloading images, because if you go into Google and put Thai female, all the normal pictures where they're not half naked, they've all got logos because you've got these companies. There's a couple of big ones out there. They're on every picture you look at. You know, they've got a watermark with their name in it. So it's kind of quite hard to find the Thai females that you can use. I might do it one week. I could get away with it one week. I couldn't do it every week, I don't think. Right, luxury vegan travel again. Peter, a real cutie was a customer at my local bar, and she was probably a freelancer, but she was so cute and asked me to play pool. I'm embarrassed to say I am crap. She played with her friend. They're very good at pool. They're very good. If I've read your message right, if you're talking like a straight game of pool, all the bar girls are good at pool as well. Hustlers, they are hustlers. Right, no logs too. One of the funniest times of my life was going into a ladyboy bar in Pattaya with my straight friends. He was unreal, highly recommended. There used to be a place, I think, I don't know because of COVID and everything now, but you know where Foodland is in Pat Pong? For you familiar people, those guys who have been to Pat Pong quite a few times, you've got Pat Pong. One is the street with the market that runs with it. It's the next one. So imagine you walk out of Foodland's front door, right there. I think it's called King's Castle 3 or King's 3. That used to be it's an outside kind of bar, and there's an inside. Full of ladyboys, that place. And by the way, while we're on the subject, if you're coming out of Foodland, and you know where I'm on about. Just a little couple of doors down, you've got the Pat Pong Museum. Very, very good. When you next go to Thailand, go to Pat Pong in the daytime. Visit it's Seladang. So if you're in Sukhumvit, get the BTS down to just buy the ticket all the way down. Just tell a Pat Pong on the station. You catch a train from Nana down to Siam Square. Change trains, go downstairs, get the Seladang Victory Monument line, come off at Pat Pong in the daytime, and go and have a look at the Pat Pong Museum. It's great. It's really good. I've actually done a video of it when I was there in December. You'll have to wade back through the older videos, but it's quite interesting. Right, Matthew Cartwright. Doesn't matter if they beat you at pool as long as you pot their brown at the end of the night. Okay, Matthew. Bernie. Yeah, Bernie, I think I managed to get your picture. Is that your picture? Yeah, it is. Thanks for that, Bernie. You'll notice it's not as much detail in it. You see in the background, that's actually Soy Cowboy. The entrance to Soy Cowboy is there. And if you look that way, that's the junction to Asok. So I had about 5 minutes to get that up. And actually, if you look at the sign, it's really hard doing this back to front. Hang on. If you look at the sign right, oh, it's difficult. Hang on. There, can you just about see it says Asok? Yeah. But you know what? We've had this on all night, and I'm going to end soon. So let's put something nice to end with. Okay. Right. It's a bit of a daytime scene, that one, isn't it? Let's do something a bit nighttime. Let's put her up again there, having a good time. Look, good mood. Right. Okay. Will Richardson. Joe Marks need a negative test 72 hours before travel for unvac. No, I don't think you do now, because all that's out the window now. I think if you go, I'm not going to get too serious now because it's near the end of the stream, but I think if you go now unvaccinated, you just take the ATK test at the airport, 5 minutes, and as long as it's negative, you're in. Yeah, absolutely. Martin Ryder, I agree with you there. Right. Wahoo Fun says, how Hooters? Do you mean the Hooters pictures? Got some of them. Right. Why Phil? Peter, are you stocking up in Viagra? Not really. I don't know if I'd really need it, to be honest with you. Would I need Viagra? I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to get up to any of that sort of thing. I'm still married. Right. Right. Food. The Wutong Lab. Foodland has a good diner inside with cheap, good food. Yeah, I mean, that's a good tip, actually. You know, when you're hanging around Sukhumvit, Soy 4, or around there, sometimes it's difficult to find somewhere to eat, and it is expensive. If you go into Soy 5, so come out of Soy 4, cross the road where the police box is, go down a little bit, turn into Soy 5. There's a supermarket called Foodland there. There's one in Patpong. They've got a nice 24-hour eatery. I wouldn't really say restaurant, but they do a good selection of food, and it's cheap. Bernie says, Peter, I went to look for you in Hooters in Bangkok last night, but then realised that I was 1 month too early. I don't particularly I'm still in the UK, Bernie, but I don't particularly hang out in Hooters. I don't like to spend an evening in Hooters because it's like being in a bar in the UK. But what I like about Hooters, it's a nice place to finish off at the end of the night if I'm staying in a hotel there, because it's got a good cold beer. It's expensive, 199 baht a pint, but you know, it's a good solid draft ice cold pint. I can sit at the bar. It's a nice scenery to look at. You know, I'm not interested in anything else. And I normally go through my comments, you know, on YouTube and see what my numbers are doing and everything. And it's a nice way to end the night. But no, I'm not there at the moment, unfortunately, Bernie. Paul Hoskins says Foodland has a low ceiling. I don't know if that's really relevant here, Paul. Right. Ivan, how you doing, mate? Late in, but nice to see you anyway. Okay, Daniel Peters, what are you saying? Mass mongering season starts soon. Have the bars recruited enough to avoid a mass sausage fest? Apparently, it's all back to normal now. It's a bit like that when I was in Pattaya in December. I wouldn't say, people said it was a sausage factory. I wouldn't say it was a sausage factory, but what I would say is it was kind of more like the B team were around. Do you know what I mean by that? JB says, no need for Viagra, Peter. If in doubt, just thumb in a softie. That's what I do. All right. I'm still kind of married at the moment. You know, I know it sounds a bit corny, but I am, aren't I? Right. Lester Paul says, is the thermic caffeine more for the Japanese? Well, anybody can go in there. There's no sort of sign on the door saying you're not allowed to go in if you're from Australia or the UK. But the thing is, you've got to think of it from the girl's perspective. There is a lot. In the old days, it used to be just European, American guys in there. But nowadays, I would say probably 80% of the customers in there are Korean and Japanese. And they pay, they you know, they don't ask the girls a price or anything. They pay them very well. I've heard up to 4,000 baht. You know, and you know, if you were working there as a girl in Thermi, what would you do? You know, and they're more their kind of build, aren't they? The Thais build. Capio. High season is usually a sausage fest, Daniel. As a non-monger, I enjoy being able to have a drink without hassle. I'm pretty similar to you, Capio. I do think I am a non-monger. I really do. And you know, I when I'm there, I'm a people watcher. You know, I enjoy watching what's going on, and yeah, I mean, there we go. Put my sign up there. I was just looking for that while I was answering you. Right, Geezers is still here. Right, Peter, leave the daytime shot. She has a good pair of lungs. Yeah, okay. I'll put it up for a minute. There we go. She doesn't need any flotation devices, put it that way. Okay. The Wu-Tong Life, Japanese and Koreans pay a lot more than the Western guys do. Yeah, it's true. Some of the Thai girls call them the 4/4s, the 3/4s rather. So they say it's the 3/4s. It's 4 inches, 4 minutes, 4,000 baht. Can't argue with that, can you? Right, Ken, Pet Nana Mansion Soy 4. Remember? No. Yeah, I think it's all down to money, Darcy. It's not what they prefer. It's, you know, the more they can get, isn't it? Paul, my name is ID Paul, and I'm also not a monger. Okay, yeah, I know your name's Paul. I keep calling you Paul. Danish Bakey says, big up Finchy. Martin Ryder, don't get many of them to the pound. No, love the rack and fake. Daniel Peter says, I'm not. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of people in here who aren't actually mongers. You know, they like the banter. They like to come into the stream and mess about. I like to look at pretty girls' photos. I mean, you know, it doesn't get any better than that. But you know, I'm not an official monger, as it were. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm not really one. Not yet. Quarters outlet. There we go. Okay. And with that, I think I'm going to say good night to you guys. I've been in over 2 hours. I think it's been a good stream. So just to finish off again, I'll just tell you quickly, like I've told you earlier, I'm not going to be here this Sunday because I'm going on location to film something that's relevant to a Thailand channel here in the UK. So I won't be here Sunday. Next Sunday, we've got Sheila the Semi-Farang. She's going to talk about her girlfriend in Thailand. And then the Sunday after that, we've got Rob. And I'll be here, as always, on Friday. I'll release the stories in the morning, probably around 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30 max. So 3 good stories coming out tomorrow. But guys, to all the guys who left the super chats, thank you very much. It's very generous of you. To all the guys who have been doing the moderating, thank you for putting up with me and keeping the baddies out. And we didn't get any bots in tonight, so that's good. And to all the other guys out there, thank you for just partaking in the stream tonight and all being filthy swines, mongers. And I hope you're all back with me next Friday. All right. Good night, guys. Thank you very much.